We are here in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. We are at the Ice Anglers Institute. It is Sunday, but it is not quite the end of the day. One of the cool things about coming to the shows is seeing some of the products that people have been talking about online, but seeing it in person. One of the products I'm really excited to see this year is actually from JB Lures. So introduce yourself and tell us about your company.
I'm Wes with JB Lures. We make ice fishing tackle, summer spinner rigs. We make kind of a little bit of everything for fishing. Our big one last year was our fish house float, which is this one right here. Many of you are maybe familiar with it. The orange one is what we came out with last year. We came out with this year because of a lot of requests, a weighted version, and that's the yellow one. So when you see them on the shelves, know that the yellow ones are weighted, the orange ones are not.
And so what is the point of the weight? Why are people asking for it so much?
So with the orange one last year, when you used a typical jig for fishing, you needed extra split shots on the line. A lot of guys don't like to fish that heavy, so we had some suggestions, complaints, that they just weren't ready for that. They wanted something that stood on its own with just their jig and their minnow, good to go. So that's what we did here. We added the right amount of weight to each float to make them stand up with just a minimum amount of weight on your jig. Also, we had a request at the same time, we came up with a panfish size. So this is a real small one. This is a little tungsten here, and it stands, just barely floats there. So the lightest bite from a bluegill, perch, crappie, that's what guys are wanting right there, because otherwise this was the smallest size we had.
Well, and so with this, like you're saying, it's so sensitive down, but it also has the indicator up, and it has the different colors on the stem here. And so you really can tell that very slight up or down based on that color pattern that is on there.
Very true. And another thing that's pretty cool is when you start getting a bite, because of how long the stem is, your bobber wiggles a little bit, this starts to tick-tock. The bobber's barely moving down there, and you're going to see that in the corner of your eye, no problem. You don't have to be staring at your hole, you're going to see something's going on.
So a lot of people are talking about these for hard shacks or whatever, but really there's a lot of people who go out on the ice and they bobber fish, they kind of set up. I'm from Wisconsin, we can have 3 lines out. If you have a bobber going here, 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 you can see a regular bobber, but you would have much better visibility with something like this. So whether you have a shack, whether you have a hard house, whether you don't, this is a product that can be applicable for any kind of fishing.
Yep, very true.
So for people who can be here at the show today, come and check it out. You can kind of mess around with them in the tank. They also have a great booth with all of their lures and their jigs. They have a really great ghost spoon that I'm looking at. But for people who cannot be here today, how do they find you?
Yep, you can check us out online at just jblures.com. Otherwise, just check us out at all other bait shops. We got a lot of tackle shops that carry our stuff, big box stores. Pretty much anywhere you'll find the fish house.
Awesome. See you there or see you on the ice.